start. This is the last slide I presented to you when I was here yesterday or day before yesterday, I can't remember. Was it yesterday? Day before yesterday.
2 days ago.
This is the last slide. So I will still have 2 PowerPoints today. One is this one, continuation of these slides, of this PowerPoint, and the second one, I'll tell you which one to open it, okay? Additional slides for the rotation of the stomach. I'll talk to you later. Now, in the last slide, when I presented, I said there are lots of diseases over there, and we'll be dealing with each disease with an organ. Today, we'll be dealing with 2 parts. One is three parts over here. Actually, when I look at it, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. First 5. Esophageal atresia, congenital hypertrophic pulmonary stenosis, anatomical position of the organ, rotation of the stomach, not the media, urinary atresia, polyhydramnios, and annular factor. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have to be clear today. Okay? So when you leave this room, the 5 things are in your hand. Each and every single thing. Okay? So 5 fingers you have, the 5 diseases, it should be absolutely clear to you, which we will do that. The first one is, thanks God that you know it already. You know it already. So let's do that again. Appreciate the correlation between the GI tract and the endoderm, which means the endoderm is forming the lung. Endoderm is also forming the esophagus in relation to the foregut. The early part of the GI system is the foregut. It has the lung, you know it by now, and it has also the esophagus. They are coming at the same time, and we need the connection at the very beginning. We talk to you because we have what we call as the amniotic fluid should go to the lung to expand. The formation of the lung is 100% dependent on the amniotic fluid. Okay? So we'll be dealing with that again, and just to emphasize that there is a correlation between the GI tract and endoderm of the respiratory system. So let's do that. I bypass this one, not needed. This is just to show that the GI system has started. The molecular basis is over here. Stomach, esophagus, everything will be forming. But I still go down. This picture was there a long time back. So I won't spend much time with this because you know it already, that the diverticulum from 1, it becomes the 2, and they are connected. This connection should go away. Sometimes a child is born with the connection intact, we call tracheoesophageal fistula. Okay? And because of the fistula, the baby is drinking the amniotic fluid, but it's not going very well. So that deals with the polyhydramnios. So tracheoesophageal fistula is always associated with polyhydramnia. Amniotic fluid will be more because not much fluid is going down, because many times the esophageal atresia is there. I have a picture I'm going to show you. But this is, say yes to me that you understand 100%.
Yes.
This is not a rocket science. What I'm showing you is, this is the yellow color is always the endoderm. This is the smooth muscle, which is coming from the splanchnic mesoderm, and it is going on both directions. Esophagus have smooth muscle and the skeletal muscle, but the smooth muscle is there, and bronchus are smooth muscle. You agree with me?
Yes.
And it is connected over here. This connection should be dislodged. Let's see. This is the lung bud, endoderm yellow, pleura is a thing, etc. So this is forming through the amniotic fluid. That's what it is. This picture is showing the lung development is 100% dependent on the amniotic fluid, and the yellow color shows the endoderm. So there is a connection of endoderm, GI tract, and the respiratory system. That's all about you have to know. And then this picture shows you that the connection is there and connection is gone. This is a very important picture, and I showed you this picture earlier. That there is a connection to start with, Foregut structure, with the lung and the GI tract. This is the lung part. You see the bronchus is coming, connection is there, and then it is disconnected. If it is not, then there must be a picture. You can see that the tracheoesophageal fistula. So the first part, the first disease related to the GI is 100% clear to you. Okay, I may ask that, what is the relationship? Endoderm is both present over there. The connection, why the tracheoesophageal fistula is there, because the connection is maintained, is not detached. And esophageal atresia, usually it is with the esophageal atresia too. You can see the esophagus is not continuous. So the fluid is going from here and then comes out. So it takes longer time, and therefore there is a polyhydramnios. I'm not going to speak more about that. Tracheoesophageal fistula is possible as this origin is from the teo-diverticulum, tracheoesophageal diverticulum. Now I spend little time, yeah.
Can we just make a slide big?
Yeah.
The slide big?
Which one?
The slides, can we make it big? The Zoom?
Oh, because this is not in the PowerPoint setup,
Ah.
Yeah, I can still do it if I cancel that. May hopefully do or no.
Full
Not too
screen.
bad.
I can do this one. Can I click?
Yeah. It's okay?
Yes.
Now, this part, you should spend little time on that. And I will help you to do. You know it already a little bit, but I'll be talking many structures which are related to this stomach rotation 90 degrees. Very important, underline 10 times. And many of these diseases that I indicated to you earlier will be related to this one. The first and important part is the structural orientation. Why the liver is on the right side, why the spleen on the left side. This is the first thing. Why the liver on the right side, why the spleen on the left side. One. Why the left vagus becomes anterior vagus in the GI, why the right vagus becomes posterior vagus. This is two. Greater omentum. Why the greater omentum is coming this way and the lesser omentum is going towards the liver. That's another thing. And finally, the lesser sac. Lesser sac, how the lesser sac is formed. Remember I told you that there is a story that how the lesser sac is formed. Or the omental bursa. You should use the word omental bursa, that's better. Okay? So the many things are attached to the rotation of the stomach. Now let's see, before the rotation, how does the stomach look like? The stomach looks like this way. Now I want all of you to take out your mobile and place it in front of you like this way. Listen. This is a good example I'm giving you. Just the mobile, simple mobile, everybody has a mobile. Now you will see that there is a surface anteriorly and there are posterior surfaces there. Okay? Now the anterior surface, there is a mesentery attached to that anterior, so it is called the ventral mesogastrium. The one which is at the back is called the dorsal mesogastrium. I have a picture later, I'm going to show you. This is exactly what I'm trying to do now. So this is the ventral mesogastrium, this is the surface, this is another surface over here. So there are two borders and two surfaces. Is that okay to you? If you put the mobile out, you have two borders. This is the left border, this is the right border anatomically. Anatomically, this is what from your side I'm talking about. This is the right, this is the left. Whatever way you do that, okay? So for me, anatomically, I always look at the right side is the left side, and the left side is the right side anatomically. Is that okay? If you open the book, it's like this. Now, so there are two surfaces. This one, there is a mesentery attached to this. What is that called? Dorsal mesogastrium. The one which is close to your face, ventral. This is the ventral, this is the posterior. For me, I'm talking all about me, okay? So this is at the back side, opposite, it looks like front for you, but it is the back side of my mobile. So this is the dorsal mesogastrium, this is the ventral mesogastrium. There are two borders, one is the left border, this is the right border. Are you okay with this? Orient yourself. Now move clockwise to 90 degrees like this. Look at what is happening. The one surface which was posteriorly, it becomes the left side. And the one which was anteriorly gone to the right side. The border which was initially on the right side goes posteriorly, the one which was the left side comes anteriorly. 90 degree, clockwise rotation. Okay? So this is exactly I'm going to tell you to, and it's not a rocket science, it's very, very interesting. Now when you rotate it, couple of things are there. There is an organ which is coming up from here, and it will be shown to you, not this one, very well. Yeah, this is very good. There are two organs you have to think about it. This is the ventral mesogastrium posteriorly, I was showing you. Again, this is my posterior, so this is this one. Okay? This is called the dorsal mesogastrium. There is a structure which is forming over there. That is called spleen. It is nothing to do with the endoderm. It is forming within the mesogastrium means it is the mesoderm. Mesogastrium means mesoderm. Mesothelium, mesoderm, you can talk everything. So this is the splanchnic mesoderm. That's it. But the spleen is forming within that. Look at what is happening with the spleen later. I'll show you that. And there is another organ is coming in the, this is anteriorly placed to, this is my anterior, this is posterior, this is anterior. So anteriorly placed is the liver. Liver is forming and it's a yellow color. So have the difference between, I'll be asking this kind of question. Liver is coming from where? Endoderm. Why? It's a diverticulum of the same GI tract. So GI tract is the epithelium is going like this way. From there is the diverticulum coming. But it is coming from the endoderm. So it is a yellow color. Whatever is coming, the gallbladder and the liver, that will be yellow color. So this is the yellow color is coming. So the difference between the, look at the color difference. This is the color, is the reddish color, mesoderm. This is yellow color, that means it is connected to this GI tract. Okay, this is the liver. Now look at the position of this liver now. Can you see the rotation is started? The liver is going towards the right side. Anatomically, this is the right side. This is the left side. The liver is going, the spleen is going towards the left side. Are you okay with me? Any question? If you are not happy, then I'll give you another picture. Now you should be happy. Spleen has come to the left side, and this one, which is basically the liver, has gone to the right side. So there are many photographs from, I'll be showing you again and again to get accustomed to that. And then I'm coming to the lesser omentum, lesser sac in a omental bursa in a minute, but one at a time. Spleen has come to the left side, liver has gone to the right side because of the 90-degree rotation. Okay? And any border is there, the border becomes now the two borders we are talking about. Originally it was the left and the right. Now the left becomes anterior and the right becomes posterior. So anything attached to that will be, which the common is the vagus nerve. Vagus nerve is on the left side, and now it becomes, in thorax it is the left side, but now it becomes anterior, and the other one becomes posterior. Okay, with your mobile you can play with this, how things are going on. So anything will be attached to the right border would be called the lesser curvature. Anything with the left border, so this is the right border, this is the left border. Anything attached to this is a greater omentum. Now think carefully. greater momentum is basically, now this is very important. Greater momentum is basically the dorsal mesogastrium, which is coming like this. Greater momentum is basically the dorsal mesogastrium, coming from posterior and coming to the anterior. So because of this coming, now I'm going to give you the concept of the omental bursa. Very good. Now look at this. Now, my suggestion to you that you have to understand wholeheartedly, okay, the concept, not the memorizing anything. The concept is very. This is the dorsal mesogastrium. Say yes to me.
Yes.
Posteriorly placed. This is the ventral mesogastrium. Spleen will be over here. Liver will be over here. Liver is coming from the gut, so it is endodermal. This is not endodermal, mesodermal origin. Then look at this one is moving. This little moving is almost like forming a pouch. Look at this, omental bursa is how the omental bursa is coming. This is happening within the greater sac. Greater sac was there, but because of the stomach is moving this way, so the additional thing is coming from the dorsal mesogastrium, and it is omental bursa is forming. Now, why the omental bursa is not forming over here? Very interesting. This one, dorsal mesogastrium, is tightly, like there is a nail in the vertebral column, so this doesn't move. This is moving, so the pouch is there. The ventral mesogastrium is not that tight, so it is moving over there. So otherwise there would have been two lesser sac. You can do by yourself. If you take a cloth, okay, and put a brick in the middle, so brick is tight and the nail is tight over there. So now you move the brick, this one will move, and this one will go along with that because it is not very tight. It is go along with that. Now it's clear that how the lesser sac is formed. Are you okay with me?
The lesser sac was from dorsal mesogastrium.
Yeah. Lesser sac. This one, the posterior part is the dorsal. Now this one, look at it. This one will fall down and forming the greater omentum. So greater omentum, this will, more you do it, I don't have to photograph more than this probably, I will check it. You understand this? Now move more. This is only maybe 45 degree. Make it 90 degree, this will completely fall down. So greater omentum is the dorsal mesogastrium.
Why is then the omental bursa, why is it not connected to the greater?
Which one?
Why is the lesser sac not connected to the greater?
Because it is falling, it is coming back again. I'll show you that. Greater omentum. If you see this one, this one will fall down completely further down. Here is the omental bursa. Now, make it 100% clear. You see the projection is there?
Yes.
One more time, just follow me. Very good question, but just follow. So, forming of the omental bursa or the lesser sac is understood. Now, your problem is the greater omentum. This will, over the time, this will fall down, come back to the transverse colon. So this is section at the stomach. If you go a little bit below, then this is falling down.
Yes.
This is section at the stomach level. But I'm talking about the transverse colon level. Transverse colon is always below the stomach. Transverse colon is always below the stomach. Okay? So this is the picture you are looking at over here. So there is greater omentum is very small. But if you take a picture, I probably don't have, but this is a little bit, its projection is coming up. Then it will be further down. The greater omentum is further down. Let me see if I have, you are fortunate to have. Yeah, this is a little, here is much better. Finally, I got it. I know that I was there. Got it. It's clear now? This one is this one, same thing. Look at carefully. And here is the structure which is associated with this is the trans. So if you take a picture over there, this is the sagittal section. But if you take a section over here, then the transverse colon will show up. So this one has come down further to form the two things, omental bursa and the greater omentum. The idea of the greater omentum is basically it is a dorsal mesogastrium. That's all. You don't have to know detailing of how the little bit of ligament is going here and there. No. And now then you can ask what happens to the ventral mesogastrium? Answer me. What happens to the ventral mesogastrium? Lesser omentum. That's the correct answer. That's it. Finished. Now this one moves slowly because of the nail is there. You see that is almost like a nail. But it is very tight with the posterior abdominal wall. It's tight. So if you move it, it doesn't move. This one. So you can move only the space. So this way. So get some idea. This is a $1 million photograph. I think I like this photograph. I'm showing you that. Okay? Now it's 100% clear to you. At least some concept is there. You are not memorizing it. That there is a lesser omentum. What is the lesser omentum? When you started learning the GI system, I know for sure that you are memorizing it. Oh, there's a lesser omentum. Lesser omentum. God knows how does it look like. It's the lesser omentum means from the liver to the stomach. But what is originally? It was the ventral mesogastrium that moves to the right side. Is that okay? Very good. Very good. Then the ventral mesogastrium, etc. You can see this picture. There are plenty of pictures. Now I request you to open the second. Here is another picture you can see. This should be the transverse colon, okay? This is the transverse colon. So you can see that it is coming and then it's circling over here. You got it? This is the stomach, this is the transverse colon, and this is the omental bursa. Now, greater omentum, I told you earlier, it has a four layer, but it is closed. There is a little space over there initially, but just you don't find any space over there. The space is over here behind the stomach. Any space is the omental bursa. Okay. Now, can you open the another one? Where is my PowerPoint? How to get my PowerPoint? Can you come here? Can you come here? The PowerPoint for my USB. Now, so what I have done, I wrote it over here that I have prepared two PowerPoints. One is already posted. This is from the last year, additional emphasizing more drawings. So rotation of the stomach. This is a fresh one. I put it over there. Observe the rotation. You can see the border over here is coming. I'm going to pull it this side. The border is coming over there. So you have a surface anteriorly and posterior surface, and the border you have the left border and the right border, and everything is associated with chain. So it's the same thing what we talked about. This is showing you. So three important changes happened with the stomach rotation. Just recapitulate. One, the spleen moved to left hypochondria and the liver moved to right hypochondria. You have done the hypochondria, you know that this area of the stomach, the abdomen. Have you done that? Hypochondrium, left and right, and the epigastrium, yeah, lumbar area. Okay, very good. Left vagus becomes the anterior vagus and the right vagus becomes the posterior vagus. Is that okay? The anterior border of the stomach becomes the lesser curvature. You got it?
Yes.
A move to the right side, and posterior border becomes the greater curvature. So if you think about the border, you can place this way and you can play with that. So this becomes the left, this becomes the right. Border on the surface, you can play with that. So the rotation of the stomach is finished. You don't need more than this. So get the idea. I did not write it down every single step, but the photograph tells you 1,000 more. You can write it by yourself. And I put it at the end. This is the one you are supposed to know that what happened with the stomach rotation, the three things are changing. What I did not write over here, the formation of the lesser sac, ornamental bursa is also. This is the fourth one. Please write in your PowerPoint. The fourth one is the formation of the lesser sac or the ornamental bursa is also happening because of the movement of the stomach. Now I'll go through another problem of the congenital pyloric stenosis. This is also not uncommon. A child is born and then vomiting. For many reasons it could be. If it is a projectile vomiting, projectile vomiting means yes, the baby is over here, and then when he is vomiting, the vomitus goes to the last bench. So you expect that is the pyloric stenosis. Pyloric stenosis could be acquired, like people drink alcohol or cigarette smoking, and people get peptic ulcer. So that results into pyloric stenosis. The pyloric sphincter becomes more constricted. Pyloric sphincter is always the circular muscle fiber. The three kinds of muscle fiber is there, you know that already. So, but the circular one is the pyloric stenosis. If that is hypertrophied, increase in size, then the pyloric stenosis will be there. So it could be acquired for the adult. But we are talking about the embryonic life. If the baby after birth is vomiting, is a projectile vomiting, then it is called the congenital pyloric stenosis. So this is another thing you have to know. And again, I may ask that the circular fiber is coming from where? Plank mesoderm. This will be my question. I'll put the pyloric stenosis. I said there is a projectile vomiting is there, so you know it is a congenital. But my question will be, this circular fiber is hypertrophic, but is originally coming from where? It is plank mesoderm. It's forming the smooth muscle. Okay, I can ask this question?
Yes.
Yes? Okay. Good. So this happens, it should be this happens as a result of congenital hypertrophy of circular fibers of the smooth muscle of pylorus, leading to projectile vomiting of a newly born baby. Please remember that the circular fibers of the smooth muscle originate from splanchnic lateral mesoderm, not endoderm. So the concept becoming very easy to you now. Okay, so you have done another disease. So let's do the next one. Rotation of the pancreas. I'll go back to the original PowerPoint in a minute. So when the stomach is rotating, think about what is going down also. That is also rotating. Okay? So what is the other things rotating? This duodenum. And if there is a pancreas forming, pancreas also rotating because it is all attached. Okay? Now, how it is rotating, I'm coming to that a little later. But for the time being, let's see how the pancreas and the duodenum is coming after stomach. Remember, pancreas and duodenum forms after the stomach is formed. Stomach is formed after the esophagus is formed. Esophagus is formed after the pharynx is formed. So step by step, now I'm doing the duodenum. This is the duodenum part, and these are the. Have you done the pancreas yet? No, not yet. You have done. So very good, very good. You have done the head of the pancreas, unscented process. You have done that?
Yes.
The head looks, the two heads actually there. The head of the pancreas has two parts. Have you done that? Unscented process. We'll do that now. So the pancreas is coming from the two bud. One is called ventral bud or ventral pancreas. We call bud, 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 like a flower bud. It looks like a flower bud. So it is also endoderm, yellow color. You can see the yellow color. Although this is also endoderm, the greenish color. The gallbladder, liver is coming from the hepatic diverticulum. We told you that. But the pancreas is also coming from two buds. One is called the ventral pancreas. One is called the dorsal pancreas or dorsal bud and the ventral bud. So when the stomach has moved, this ventral bud goes from posterior and join with the dorsal one. What I'm saying is, this is the bud. This is the bud. So when it moves, see, it's joining together. This one moves from posterior, it joins together from this. It was like this. Look at me. Say, for example, this is the ventral bud, this is the dorsal bud of the pancreas. So when the stomach moves, this also moves and goes posteriorly and joins over there. So then our head has two parts. Head of the pancreas has two parts, ventral and the dorsal. The dorsal bud is more important because it goes and forming the tail, the neck and the body and the tail. So if I have to draw like this, if I have to draw the pancreas, the dorsal bud is more, like this is more, and this is small. Ventral bud is like this. So it comes from there and joins over there, but the ventral bud produces this one's pancreas. So if you see the pancreas, it has the head, neck, body and tail. You know that?
Yes.
So these, most of the things, they are coming from the dorsal bud, dorsal pancreas. The ventral bud is only forming the head of the pancreas, and what we call as the unscented process. You learn that. Go back to the pancreas gross anatomy. You see the head has two parts. One is the unscented process. That comes from the ventral bud. Because it rotates, it goes over there. Cannot move. Now the obvious question is, why the dorsal bud is not moving? How come the ventral bud is moving? The dorsal bud is, because there is an artery over there called superior mesenteric artery. So the ventral bud is, the dorsal bud is over there, the artery is there, it prevents the movement. Okay? I don't know whether I have a picture for that, but this is my diagram to make you very simple. I don't know whether you like it or not. But look at my way of thinking. This is the stomach, rotation like this. This is also rotating like this way, further rotation. Like 90 degree, you know that this is, if I do my side, 90 degrees is this. But this is the clockwise, so 90 degrees is this way, okay? But the below one, they are also moving like this way. One more time, do by yourself. If I have to do 90 degree rotation, 90. Is that okay? 90 degree. 90 degree. From here, 90 degree. So think about these structures which are coming up, they are also moving like this direction to complete the clockwise. So therefore, look at my diagram. This is the ventral pancreatic bud is gone and attached to the dorsal pancreatic bud. This is the attachment. But the main part of the pancreas is coming from the dorsal pancreatic part, forming the neck, body, and the tail. You like my diagram?
Yes. And doctor, pancreas goes 270 degrees.
Was that?
Pancreas is 270 degrees.
Yeah, but pancreas is, if you think carefully, is also close to 90 degrees. Because from here, it goes to over there, like this. Then the book doesn't say exact degree. Book does, so it may be 70 degree, 80 degree, like that. But it is close to that. This is 90 degree. So let's do one more time. Stomach, 90 degree like this. So the one which is below that is also moving like this. So this is almost like a 90 degree. From here to here, from here to here. Although you say 180 degree, looks like. Maybe a little bit more, you may be right, but they don't write exact number. Because how close it is depending on that. Definitely it's close to 90 degree for sure. Okay? Now, is that clear to you?
Yes.
Because that is associated with some problem. And the last part I'm going to tell you. Now look at this from the book. This is the ventral pancreatic part, dorsal pancreatic part. Now it's going like this, like this twisting is happening. So I really cannot tell you how much degree this would be. It's going, but this one is going to that. This has come posteriorly and joined together to form the head of the pancreas. I should have another picture. Okay. Coming to this. So the development of the pancreas we will be asking you, and it should be clear to you. Development of the pancreas is depending on two parts, ventral part, dorsal part. The ventral part moves and attaches to the dorsal part to form the pancreatic head. The other part of the pancreas is coming from the dorsal pancreatic part. So it moves like this. Exact degree I really cannot tell you, but it is close to the stomach movement. When the stomach is rotating, the lower part is also rotating a little bit. That's the reason. Why the dorsal part is not moving? Because of the superior mesenteric artery goes through that. Yes?
When the stomach does 90 degree rotation, the pancreas will come this way.
Yeah.
Like that.
Yeah.
Ventral part.
Ventral part. The dorsal part is trying to move, but the superior mesenteric artery is preventing it. If you see the superior mesenteric artery, it goes to the head. There are two parts. For example, let me do my pancreas, okay? This is the dorsal, this is the ventral. And the ventral is always a posterior place. But the together is that. If I put something over here or over here in the front, so because it goes through the dorsal bar, the dorsal bar cannot move because the artery is preventing it. Artery is preventing it. Like recurrent laryngeal nerve type of thing, it cannot move. But the other one is moving, but there's no artery over there. So this part is clear. Now what is the problem, the last part? So we'll finish the number 5 problem. Very interesting, very interesting. Now look at this. Same diagram I made it, but I made it like this way. If the ventral part is bifid, two parts of the ventral part, then the problem starts. I don't know how it happens, but this part goes anteriorly and this part goes posteriorly. See my diagram, my arrow? One goes posteriorly, one comes anteriorly. And how it will look like? It will close the duodenum. Did you get it? It's bifid. In my diagram, I put the other way around, but this is from the book. The bifid could be over here, could be over here. So one goes posteriorly, one comes anteriorly. And then it blocks this, blocks the duodenum. So this is called annular pancreas. So what would be the level of the amniotic fluid? Will be increased or decreased? If the GI tract is occluded anywhere, it will be polyhydramnios. So annular pancreas is always polyhydramnios. Why? The little baby is vomiting all the time. Nothing is going down further, obstructed. So anywhere, if I say duodenal atresia or duodenal problem, constriction of the duodenum, what will happen? Polyhydramnios. Polyhydramnia. So this is the polyhydramnia or annular pride right here. So that way you finished five diseases today. The number one disease is tracheoesophageal fistula. Number two, the structural problem over there, that is that liver is this side, that's it. So the organization, okay, we learned that. Third one is the hypertrophic pyloric stenosis, okay, and then we did with the annular pancreas, and one more. Yes. Three, four. What was the fourth? Oh, duodenal atresia. Duodenal atresia. Yes. Duodenal atresia, annular pancreas, very similar. Duodenal atresia, because the constriction. So that also we did. Okay.
And also leads to polyhydramnios.
Polyhydramnia. It will be leading to the polyhydramnia. Now I want to go back to my some writing part is there. So this is almost done. Yeah. Let's go to this development of pancreas. Now I'll show you different photographs now. Normally the ventral, look at this ventral pancreatic bud will, because of rotation, it will stick to the dorsal pancreatic bud. You can see that it is moving, it is moving, it is moving, you see that it is moving. And you can see that the dorsal one, the ventral one is coming close to the dorsal one, right? Are you okay? You see that this one has gone to over here, forming the pancreatic bud. Observe the bifid. This is the normal one we did it. Now observe the bifid ventral pancreatic bud and the problem associated with malrotation. This is the bifid. So if I say annular pancreas, how does it happen? What is the major problem over here? Because of the bifid. Bifid ventral pancreatic bud. That means bifid means two parts. Normally it should be one part. If there are two parts, then the malrotation happens. One goes this way, one comes the other way. Got it? So that's the story about the, now it's completely obstructed. Can you see it? That's why it's called annular pancreas. And you should know annular pancreas means polyhydramnia. Polyhydramnia. That's, now you can see that. Is that clear to you? Annular pancreas, site of duodenal obstruction. So duodenal obstruction also will have a polyhydramnia. Okay. Now go back to that slide and see, not much written part is over here because I do not like writing too many things over there, but it's inbuilt, and the important part is the diseases that the student should know. See how many you have done that. Esophageal atresia, polyhydramnia. Say yes to me that you understand 100%.
Yes.
Congenital hypertrophic pyloric stenosis, 100%, right? Anatomical positioning of the organ, the rotation of the stomach, understand? Midgut, forget it for there. I'll do the next time, next class. But the rotation of the stomach is 100%. Say yes. Okay. And rotation of the stomach has 4 parts. Vagus nerve, lesser omentum, greater omentum. Yes. And the spleen and the liver, and finally the omental bursa. Duodenal atresia and polyhydramnia, you can understand that, very similar to annular pancreas. And annular pancreas is very clear. One more time, annular pancreas, when you think about the pancreas, it has 2 parts. It is the ventral part, dorsal part. The ventral part joins with the dorsal part. It's called the bud. Instead of part, we call bud. dorsal pancreatic bud, ventral pancreatic. Ventral pancreatic bud joins with the dorsal one to form the head only. The tail or the neck and the body and the tail comes from where? Dorsal pancreatic bud. This will be my favorite question too. Number one, pancreas is coming from the endoderm, period. It's a yellow color. Second thing is made up of two buds, ventral and dorsal. Ventral rotates and joins with the dorsal one to form the head of the pancreas. We call uncinate process. Now is the time to go back to gross anatomy and look at the pancreas and see where is the superior mesenteric artery and where is the head of the pancreas, and it has an uncinate process, the backside. Backside. So if I put it over here, always do like this. So you cannot see the ventral one now. Ventral is over here because it came from there. And this is growing, like this is the pancreas. The head, this is the head, and then I increase a little bit the body and the tail. It's all coming from the dorsal pancreas. Now, even with, I have noticed that some misconception is there with some people, they think this way, but take it from me, the 100% correct answer. Although pancreas is supplied by the two arteries, here the pancreas is supplied by one from the midgut and superior mesenteric artery and the celiac trunk, which is the gastroduodenal artery, and joined together. But it is not coming from the midgut. It is coming from the foregut. Pancreas is 100% endoderm, is 100% from foregut structure. Although it is supplied by the two arteries, one from the foregut, one from the midgut, but the origin is 100% foregut. This is a confusion for many people, but take it from me, this is the correct answer. So one more time, pancreas is coming from the foregut structure. Pancreas is coming from the dorsal and the ventral pancreatic bud. Ventral pancreatic bud is forming the uncinate process, and it is the backside of the head only. The neck, body, and the tail coming from the dorsal pancreatic bud. You don't need more than this, less than that, because we have done beautifully 5 diseases that you should concentrate tonight. Thank you very much.
Thank you.